he is a loyalist, 38 picks with Eliza, 29% win rate. Not the most impressive, but he dies by his own sword, you know what I mean?
Yep, and Don Argus came to a realization yesterday. He needs to play crazy. So apparently, he wasn't even playing as aggressive as he used to be. Which there was a conservativeness actually at the start. There was choosing his EXDPs, choosing his whatnot. But now, let's see what the head-to-head looks like, and it is actually in favor of Maru.
And Don Argus, actually, like you mentioned, a very, very aggressive player. I think he is the epitome of aggression. And I guess with Eliza, with the EXDP...
in favor of Don Argus, I mean. Sorry.
It really does allow that kind of craze in the playstyle, that stubbornness to give up his own turn. But Maru, I would say, I think he's up to something. That smile, that damn smile never brings anything good to the table. He's like, hey, I'm plotting something.
Oh, definitely. But at the same time, though, I think Maru is signaling that he's going to play Leroy again. But of course, Don Argus having that 6-2 record means that this man knows what makes Maru tick, and he's going to use it all against him. And this is, once again, Don Argus pushing up the aggression. He's going from rabid dog to rabid Wolverine in no time.
That's a lot of rabies. And talking about Don Argus, since he's stuck with Eliza, did you guys know? Legend says if you play Eliza 100 matches in a row, you suddenly become a 6'8" fire-breathing man. I think Don Argus is on the road to that. But jokes aside, again, his loyalty with this character and his love for the challenge of the execution of Eliza, especially at this level, is something to admire.
Yep, definitely. And of course, it's always a treat to watch him play. There's always a lot of beautiful Eliza play from him. The key charge setups, the unblockable setups after the EX Dark Wave, the EX dive kicks, the constant dive kick harassment is insane. And I love it.
Looking at Eliza, and then you'd put it side by side with, let's say, like a Kami player from SF5, you wouldn't know the difference. There's just so many dive kicks all around the board, and it's utterly insane.
And that's why Don Argus does not give a hoot. And really, he's such a hungry player, and he takes that game seriously. If you've seen the player feature, there is an emotional connection to him and wins. And and of course, he's one of the happiest family men. He's one of the most wholesome in terms of background. And aside from that, this grind is his. No two ways about it.
Godspeed, Jim. And talking about that, these athletes, they have so much passion for this game, talking about Pika, who's been the renaissance man of Tekken, at least in the local scene. He's been a commentator, he's been a coach, now he's back to being a player, and he's pretty much done it all, and I guess there's every single one of these athletes, they have a unique story to them, but one thing they have in common, it's the passion and the love for the game.
Definitely. And it really shows that these guys are so passionate, considering the fact that aside from Don Argus, his opponent Maru was also a man who basically fell in love with the game, and even that, he disappeared for a while. He comes back, and he comes back hard.
I love the comeback story for Maru. It's like, oh hey guys, I kind of won a tournament on my way back. It's all good. We chill.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah, vibing.
And you can really see that he loves this game so much that if you guys have been watching season 1, he loves to play around. He runs around the studio. He loves to mess around, and even in player camps here, he loves to do these little shenanigans. And it just goes to show that this Maru is just happy here. He's just so happy that he's here, and he's here to stay.
And here to stay indeed. And Maru has definitely solidified his place as one of the top players of the region, especially with translating that playfulness into a unique playstyle that very, very little can read, at least read at the right moment. And another thing to note about Maru as well, he just I remember, I think it was Conference 1 or Conference 2, where of course every episode of the Nationals, the points are crucial, right? But there was a point in time that every time he would play against Dojin, it would be a guaranteed random from the players, that they just kind of stuck to that, and that was just fun. No two ways about it.
Yep. And it's a reflection of both of them, because also Dojin's a goof backstage, and you could really tell. And aside from that, it's just there's so much personality between all of these players, and it's just so heartbreaking to know that only 8 of them are gonna go through.
And exactly, that's just how it is. You know, it's such a cutthroat competition. Despite everyone being part of one big community, sometimes you just have to figure out who's on top of the mountain, you know. And so far, the unchallenged King AK has been sitting on top of that very comfortably these past 2 conferences.
Yep, definitely. And just a little fun fact for you guys: AK actually has this. During the times he won both conferences in season 1, he was in 3rd place. Where is he sitting right now? 3rd place. That's just like one little extra tidbit, a little extra spicy tidbit for everyone, and that's just crazy what those little patterns can do. It's probably a lot of those lucky numbers, a lot of just feeling yourself that day. A lot of factors come in. It's just practice, skill, and even a little bit of luck.
A little bit of luck indeed, and the mix-up is also there. But talking about numbers, you know they say all men are created equal, but you look at AK and you look at the rest of the competition, you can see that statement is not true. Normally, if you go one-on-one with another player, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But he's a genetic freak, Ernest.
Of course, but let's get out of that for a while, because right now it is finally time for Don Argus versus Maru, and now Maru picking the Ganryu. I'm guessing simply because of the fact that Ganryu's headbutt is a great anti-air against Don Argus's constant dive kicking.
We've seen the other BRE.Pro do that with Mouts with his previous match, doing such a great job of actually locking down Don Argus. Now I think Maru's like, I want to do that too. I want to follow that game plan, and we'll see how Maru can approach this character.
Well, it already limits the options here for Don Argus. He's probably not going to throw as much forward dive kicks there. And then just as I say that, he throws one immediately. And now Maru trying to match this aggression. It's going to be a brawl from here on out.
And a brawl indeed, but that last hit will, unfortunately for Maru, deny him of the wall damage. But Don Argus with a low parry into the wall himself. This is going to be a possible wall break, and it is.
Oh, utilizing all that damage, and Don Argus is so good at that execution, and Maru really has to space himself, because Don Argus has gone from more rabid dog to rabid Wolverine once again. But now Maru goes for that punish, goes for Don Argus at the wall, and once again Don Argus has to back off.
But the spacing by Maru has been immaculate, punishing that dive kick here. Oh, what's the mix-up? Don Argus is on a sliver of health, but the counter hit dive kick does not connect on the pickup. 8 seconds. Maru, the one more mix-up. He survives the low.
Oh my goodness, Maru. That was clutch, and that was a little unfortunate from Don Argus. Just a single frame too late. Now, Maru putting up the punish. Don Argus is going to be up against the wall. Is it going to be the 100 slaps? No, he's going to go for the Oki combo instead. EXDP though!
And the Wolverine is coming out. Don Argus really starting the pressure here, but Maru keeping his reservations to himself here. Don Argus spacing it out with a dark wave as well. But these jabs, these very dangerous jabs on the palm to the wall here. The 100 palms.
Oh, there it is. The 100 wooden slaps. There's the wood style jutsu coming in here from Maru. And now Maru at game point. Don Argus needs to look for the space. But there it is, the ear slaps. Maru got a few lessons here from Mouts.
Exactly, the magnificent Mongolian chop here. Don Argus with his back against the wall, and he only has a meter to spend as well. Is he going to go for anything crazy here is the question.
Oh, that's a good question, but now instead we see Don Argus with that beautiful whiff punish, and Maru is going to be carried all the way from coast to coast and splatted, and here it is. This is going to be a setup.
Exactly, Don Argus looking like Braun on the fast break, but Maru with a chase down swat. He does have rage available, so if he pins him to this wall in the correct angle, oh, the 100 subs doesn't connect.
No! Oh no! That was unfortunate. Just a single pixel away, and that just pays off there for Don Argus. He gets another chance, and he capitalizes on that so well. Now Maru once again from coast to coast, and Don Argus is gonna put him to the wall.
And Maru leading away here. 44 seconds left on the clock, but that dive kick is going to go for a shallow splat. Don Argus still trying to continue the pressure. He does have another meter available, but that wall bounce might finish it for Maru.
Oh no, there's still a little sliver of health. Let's see if Maru walks in the bank and robs. No, Don Argus has great security.
The security was too tight there. Now we are down to a final round on the first set. Maru has to be extra careful here because Don Argus is building 2 bars here.
Yep, 2 bars is really dangerous from a man like this. There, the EX Darkwave into the... Oh, once again, unblockable! There it is, the Don Argus special being thrown, and the slide comes in. Don Argus is on the aggression. Mad Dog all day, and the rabies comes and foams at the mouth as Don Argus takes game 1.
And you know, I would make that rabies sound right now, but since we're on a very we're on a broadcast basically, I can't do that, but that would have been funny. But yeah, you could see the reservations about the aggression in the first 2 rounds with Don Argus, because Maru did have great punishment there, a lot of launch punishes on the strict 15s, and Don Argus was like, you know what, maybe this isn't working out, he's reeling a bit, but once he got that momentum, that head of steam, Maru just couldn't find an answer.
I think what Don Argus was also utilizing a lot was the jump back dive kick. Maru was actually going forward a little too much, and Don Argus capitalized on that and just immediately goes jump back, trying to bait Maru into coming forward.
And Maru, of course, knowing Ganryu, the nature of that character, you really cannot fight at a distance. He really shines when he's being a very sticky character. He really shines at that range 0 with his +3 on block, with his 11 frame jabs and whatnot. But once again, such a great way to stop the momentum with Don Argus. Don Argus was like, you know what? If you want to play in this distance, fine. Let me show you why that's a bad idea.
And immediately, we already saw the Don Argus specials. When he had 2 bars of meter, immediately, EX Darkwave mix-up. And constantly, and Maru tried to interrupt, but once again, that's an 11 frame jab, not a 10 frame jab. So it was 1 frame too late, and the unblockable damage does register anyways.
And again, talking about Maru, probably won't shy away from the character swap here. But if he does stick to the Ganryu, maybe he's changed up his playstyle, maybe he's made the addressed the problems that he saw. And of course, we're going to Kinder Gym. Interestingly enough, this is Don Argus' home court, but Maru's like, you know what? I'll fight you anywhere.
I'll fight you in your dimension. Let's see if Maru can actually do that, because Don Argus was already feeling real great with this Eliza after getting a reverse Brown, basically.
And exactly, and the chances of getting that is 33 and a third, but against the likes of Maru and Don Argus' aggression, it falls to a 6. You know what, that's not actually accurate math. But moving on to the match here, Maru really pushing the tempo here. That down 4 is +5, so Don Argus has to respect that, because look at all this damage stemming from that.
Yep, take all these sumo palms, but Don Argus responds with aggression of his own. My goodness, Don Argus is actually a pixel away from rage, and Maru trying to make sure that he doesn't utilize it as much, because the damage is big. But once again, there's the mix-up, and oh my goodness, Doskoi!
And you know, that headbutt, it really comes out from nowhere, basically. It says it's 10 frames, but the way it comes out, it's almost unseeable. Don Argus, though, still pushing the tempo, bringing him to the wall now. Maru, pretty chunky character, cannot step as freely as others.
Oh, definitely, but there it is, Maru aware of the slides. Don Argus loves using that at certain distances, but of course he's ready to punish. But speaking of which, it's Don Argus right now pushing the tempo once again!
And a big wall bounce there. Don Argus really puts you in a blender. He makes you guess. And sometimes the 50-50 just isn't in your favor.
Once again, really, Don Argus right now is holding the tempo. He's holding the orchestra. Owns this, but right now Maru trying to take back his stage, but so far Don Argus spacing himself again. There's the jump backs and trying to really force Maru to go to him.
And you know what you said, it is the orchestra of Maru, but Don Argus wants to play some metal. He's starting to headbang here, but Maru still continuing the pressure. Don Argus gets the chance to take his turn back, but that jumping too could have brought a lot of damage, but it does anyway. It doesn't matter if he has meter or not, he's gonna finish it.
Oh my goodness, Don Argus just really pushing it to himself. And we did say he was coming in hot, so considering his day 9 was great, but now he's really showing that he's just gonna go all out from here on out.
I'm gonna do it, says Don Argus, but Don Argus with the EX, rather with a regular DP, puts himself in a pretty precarious situation here. The 1,000 slaps and the big stomp.
And there it is, final round between the two of them. Don Argus and Maru. Let's see if it's going to go to a game 3, or are we going to see a Don Argus 2-0 from here? And, oh my goodness, big stomp. EXDP, are you serious?
You know what they say, bigger plus frames, the greater the EXDP. Don Argus, though, that blood meter is slowly filling up once more, being a little more conservative now, but Maru trying to push the tempo here. That Dark Wave whiff, beautiful whiff punish by Maru.
And really, Maru pushing Don Argus to the wall a little too close. Is it going to be an unblockable setup? No. He instead goes for the mid. And right now, Don Argus and Maru equal health. There's the float. Maru puts Don Argus to a less disadvantageous stage, but it doesn't matter. Right now, it looks like it's going to be Maru.
Ooh, I think Don Argus wanted to go for a DP there, but he didn't have the meter to go into an EX-DP. But the Dark Wave is going to keep Maru at bay. Oh, the key charge, but the armor move. Falling statue. Another one.
Oh, no! Oh my god, does this work? It works! Don Argus with all these key charge setups.
He's dead. He's dead, Jim.
Yep. Jim gets it. He's dead, Jim. That's perfect. That's just perfect. Don Argus getting that 2-0.
Champions.